Hey, upstate New York, Bob, how are ya? Right now, I'm looking at Rochester. Can't see it, but that's where it is. Oh, I didn't mean to have a notice that said that. Kind of new with this, Bob. So, yeah, I didn't mean to do that kind of notification. I appreciate you letting me know. If I can figure out how to change that, I certainly would. Oh. Well, I guess I'm late. Yes, this live streaming thing is interesting. These guys, Henry and Liam and Johnny, they all have it down to a science. And by sheer repetition, you figure it out. But there's no ABC towards how to put a proper thumbnail, or how to put a proper time, or how to respond to people in the chat, or how to make them mods. So it's kind of like go as you learn as you go. So yeah, so I'm at the beaches. This is where I live in Toronto. It's nice. There's nothing but Lake Ontario in front of me. Over here is Scarborough. You can see some art installations in the distance. One looks like popcorn. And this is east. Again, now I'm looking towards Rochester. As we pan. I'm doing this with my gimbal, which I love, by the way, which also has no real ABC on how to use easily. Again, you figure out as you go. You can pan, you can go up or down, just using buttons. You can also do it remotely, I believe. Now I'm looking west. I do like that line, King of the Beaches. Matt Ross called me that, and shortly before that, I had actually watched one of my favorite movies, which is King of New York. It's a violent gangster movie, but it's fantastic. Lawrence Fishburne is in it.
Spring is here.
Oh, it's finally here. I've been waiting. People are in a good mood here. There's no sketch, no crime to speak of. I mean, like, there's petty crime, I'm sure there's B&Es, but maybe people aren't getting shot or stabbed here. There's no fights in the street. It is a safe neighborhood. I like it. Upstate Bob's account has just been added as a moderator. Why not, Bob? Why not? So listen, we're going to see a Blue Jays game. When you come to the city in August, I think Angels are in town. Tickets are cheap no matter where you sit. So I live about 5 blocks from this spot here. I came to this part of the beach because it is close to where the Starbucks is. Must have a nice hot coffee. So I live a little bit northwest of here. And I rode my bike here. It took about 2 minutes. I think in terms of Fahrenheit, like you, upstate New York, Bob, we use metric in Canada. When I was a kid, they just introduced metric, but we had already learned imperial, so we thought in terms of inches and feet, degrees of Fahrenheit, and so I still do. Although I can't do the conversions, I still think in terms of Fahrenheit, it is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is freaking balmy for February. Yes, for the meetup, August 24th, I believe, is the date. applaud you for doing a 12-hour participation in that. Vermont dark roast. I suppose that might be what it is. Really great, epic 12-hour meal. I will be riding my bike for some of it and probably go home and have a nap and then come back out on my bike and join up. I have booked that day off and the next day just in case baseball happens. In a moment I'm going to get up and we'll walk towards these art installations. I'll skip. Here, the distance is one, but that outcrop of rocks or vegetation there is one. You can see in the distance it's red. And that's the one we're going to go to first. And then we'll go take a look at the rest. I did a walk here about a week ago, and I thought the installations would already have been built, and they were not. They were in the process of. Well, that was kind of neat to get the insider look at how they put these things together. Give it in hand. Yes, and thanks for meeting me and my family, who were here from Nova Scotia. And you got to meet them at the Schneider's hot dog deck, which is kind of fun. All right, here we're up, we're mobile. I'm gonna do a little 360, show you what's around. This is looking west. There's a cloud cover, these two large smokestacks of power plants. In the distance, by the Canadian flag, way back there, you can see the tip of the CN Tower. But you can't see it well. We have fence lines here. Yeah, the hot dog teeter totter is awesome. Here we go. You can see some fencing right there. And that is there to let people know that if you're on this side of that fence, you can have your dog off the leash. But if you're on the other side, no. And there are thousands of dogs that live in this part of the beaches, or this part of Toronto. Dogs everywhere. Look this way, again towards Scarborough Bluffs. You can see an Olympic-sized swimming pool. You can see the diving boards off in the distance right there. We're looking at the lake shore. Beyond that is Queen Street. That's the heart of the beaches. Your dog would not care. We have dunes in the distance there. Oh, there's a pretty dog. Pretty much guaranteed that anybody here in these beaches has a dog with them, and that's why they're here. It is the biggest off-leash dog park in Canada. John Nicholson, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Queen west of the beaches. It's a healthy walk. It's a healthy walk. Might be a good idea to break that up with a bicycle ride. You can rent those bikes. Dozens of places in Toronto. I want to also break it up with a streetcar because it's far. And the beach, this is nice. Again, it's quiet, safe. What's this guy doing? City of Toronto. Queen Eat. Some good restaurants in the beaches. My favorite is Sauvignon, which is a French bistro. And I like it because they have a quality rack plan. Good wine, friendly staff, and consistent food. Within a few hundred feet of me, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 dogs. Within a stone's throw of me. Oh, geez, there's a dog right there. Well, thanks, Bob. I appreciate you. It's as much fun walking with somebody. In fact, I prefer to walk with somebody who's holding the camera as opposed to me holding the camera and talking. So I did a walk with Liam. And you came, Bob, New York Bob, you came towards the end when you thought it might be a prison that we were at. There was a water filtration treatment plant built around the turn of the century by a famous architect in a place that they film movies where they need to find an insane asylum or something like that. Anyway, the point is, Liam was doing all the work on camera and engaging with the people that were involved. I have no idea how Henry is able to constantly engage with well over 100 people at a time and miss nobody. That is a skill, and I do not have that skill. So it's easier for me. But a month ago I did a walk in the beaches with Henry, and that was easy. No pressure on me, I could just talk. Lots of fun. Look at all those puppies. So it's called bobbin. It has nothing to do with New York City. Upstate New York bobbin. It looks like we have a teeter-totter. The idea is they do these art installations where they have the lifeguard stations on the beach. East, Prince Edward Island. That's some beautiful red beaches. I'm hanging with my brother and his puppy. He's a bull terrier. Yeah, you know, I got my nephew and his father on the teeter-totter, the hot dog teeter-totter. Got a cute little video for them. Man, good on you again for getting Triple T on that Jumbotron. It would have been nice to know it was coming to film it. And it wasn't up there long enough to actually get the camera out. But it was pretty fucking cool to see. Henry will be doing the St. Patrick's Day parade. And we're having a press pass. So he has unencumbered access to the parade. It's a lot easier to get good views when you're in the parade as opposed to outside of the parade. Sure what this thing is. Let's find out. What kind of puppy do you have? Upstate New York Bob. What kind of puppy is Frankie? Oh geez, we'll call you a boat. Tell you a Build Fun project. Bear. Do life in your lifeguard trip by living in public above ground to a space and reporting to the world. Kids are encouraged to explore. Well, let's see what we got here. There's people up there. Well, that's a big puppy, upstate New York, Bob. That's a big puppy. Taking on a rescue. I myself have a kitty cat, and since it was rescued, it was going to the pound if I didn't take it a couple months ago. She's a baby. Oh, Christine Wiegel, how are ya? We are in the beaches, Toronto, looking at all the cool puppies. So you got a mini Roddy. There we go. All the cool puppies and art installations here at the beaches on a somewhat cloudy day. I am looking east towards Scarborough. When I look this way, right across this lake on Rochester, New York. As I pan this way, we'll see. I like pointing out this Olympic-sized swimming pool that we have here in the beaches. You can see the diving boards. Oh, Liam. Liam is a ninja, by the way. Do you want to know why I call Liam a ninja? I call Liam a ninja because he walks by people and then people feel something in their pocket and there's generally 20 bucks in there. But he's very sneaky. He's very sneaky. I didn't notice until about 10 minutes after I left. I reached into my pocket and there's 20 bucks there. So that's why I call him a ninja. So I was saying upstate New York Bob earlier. You can see some Adirondack chairs there in the distance. There is a fence beside it. A little bit of a snow fence, really. And what that signifies is if you are south, and we are south here of that fence, you can have your dog off a leash. That means that this entire beach that we are looking at on this side of that fence is an off-leash dog park. Makes it the biggest off-leash dog park. Off-leash dog park. That Liam going live tonight, 7 o'clock, I believe. I liked your bicycle ride yesterday. It was awesome. I rode my bike here. I haven't figured out how to film on the bike, as I'm a bad person, don't wear helmets. I'm not going to wear a GoPro on that. I don't have a chest mount. I do have a couple grippy things that I can attach the phone to and maybe attach the handlebars, and hopefully the streaming will be decent. This needs to be distance. Oh, he's pulling off giant pieces of driftwood out of the lake. The beach is the best place to be. In fact, Liam was here just 10 days ago doing a live stream. We walked around, went to the RC water treatment plant, which is quite stunning. In May 2-4 weekend. By the way, Liam knows what that means. May 2-4. That means May 24th. We call it May 2-4 because that's the first party of the year. You're buying 2-4 beer, which is a case of 24 beer. So it's May 2-4 weekend. They're having open doors in Toronto, and you can go inside the RC water treatment plant, which I have dug. It's just gorgeous. There's marble everywhere. Much of this beach is man-made. Much of what they've done is they've extended Toronto into Lake Ontario. You'll especially notice that when you're on Tommy Thompson Park. Tommy Thompson is one of the beaches that we probably the most famous beaches that we had in Canada. They've named this park Tommy Thompson Park. Jack Layton, former leader of the National Democratic Party, and his wife Olivia Chow, who's the current mayor of Toronto, famously would ride their bicycle built for two on Tommy Thompson Park. And that cuts out a couple kilometers into the area. It's entirely man-made. They took construction fill from buildings they took down, or highways they took down, and they simply built a peninsula. The best bird sanctuary in Canada. That's not far from here. You can't see it. But it's kind of in between here where I am in the beach and the desert. Tough to do a live stream. I think I'll just cut that off. One of the things is see is that tractor guy. They manage this quite well. Those dunes behind the tractor are man-made, and they weren't there a few years ago. Dunes are simply grass that's growing on the beach. If you're in Prince Edward Island and you step on the dunes, the people yell at you because they're kind of sacred and difficult to maintain. This, you can see outcroppings of rock jutting into the lake here, and that protects the beach from the waves. Helps protect, prevent erosion. This is one of the art installations here. I was here for Family Day, which is last Monday, this Monday. In this one in particular, you need to get a QR code and it would show you walking into a maze. And I thought that's kind of absurd, as if I need a two-step way to get into an art installation, I'm going to pass. Again, these art installations are all by where the lifeguard stations are. Now, I haven't actually seen a lifeguard posted at a beach in Toronto for years. It's more do it yourself. Oh, helicopter in the sky. That orange helicopter is kind of like an ambulance. If somebody has severe trauma outside of Toronto in a remote area, they will skylift them to Toronto in these orange helicopters. Oh, there you are, John Nicholson. You can see them, yep. There they are. Anyway, this is pointing out, this is your do-it-yourself lifeguard station. Here. It's the Olympic style pool. Alright, now this one, this art installation to me looks like if you were setting up a tent and didn't know how to do it, you might end up with something that looks like this. One big piece of driftwood. Now, I don't know why you need to get rid of a big piece of driftwood. Doesn't seem to be bothering anybody. Back to this tent. Tent maintenance. Here we go. No lifeguard duty. Swim at your own risk. Call 911. Blah blah blah. We are at Woodbine Beach. Do not hang yourself or others. Racetrack used to be here, and they took it down. They built a lot of houses, and one of the things they were required to do was create a lot of park area. So west of here, some very nice parks, Woodbine Park specifically, where they have a lot of festivals, like the Food Truck Festival, like the Jazz Fest, like the Afro Fest. Every kind of fest goes on this giant man-made park. West here. And that was the deal. If you want to build houses here, you have to build see a condo. And I love that. So those ugly condos you see downtown, especially coming into Toronto from the West End, to me it looks like Acme. It's just a giant ugly condo beside another giant condo where people are looking into your bedroom. It's just really weird. Here, no. Yeah, Jazz Festival's fun. It goes on for a couple weeks. And it's at various locations along the beaches. They call beaches Jazz Festival. It goes into different parts of the city, like Leslieville, which is adjacent to the beaches. But lots of fun. Now let's go see what this thing is. Nova. I live in a 4-story building that was built in the 60s. Piece of concrete. Very quiet. Very safe, very secure. It doesn't flood. We set on fire. What is that? Plane or glider. We're going to go look at the dunes here. Speaking of driftwood, there we go. No puppies allowed on the dunes. Yes, so this is entirely man-made. Oh, I remember those finger puzzles. They were so cool. Here's the last art installation. Oh, it's not the last art installation. We have 2 more. This, which looks like popcorn with blue fire coming out of its butt. And this one seems to be the most popular one because it's interactive. Kids can play under it. It looks like there's a mess of kids here, probably from a local kindergarten school. So don't get too close to this one.
Boardwalk children. Everyone head over this way, please. Over we go, over we go.
All right. More dunes. I like about the beaches, it's very clean. Yeah, nimbus cloud. Totally makes sense to me. Or rain cloud. See the white pine in the distance right there? Now we're going to check out this orange thing. fact that they make these interactive is great. You bring kids down here, they want to climb on something. They want to go through something. It's got to be fun. Now here's an outcropping of rock, entirely man-made to protect. Look at that there. Protect from erosion. Don't need that. That is a happy button. All right, looks like we're going to walk into this one. A whole lot of mirrors. Now let's take a look at what this thing is. All right, let's see. Well, looks like we've had some vandalism here, as the entire description for what this thing is gone. Oh yes, that dog is going to be covered in sand. That dog needs a big bath. Now here, this is the close to the end of the live stream. One of the best things about this beach is this boardwalk, which is a couple kilometers long. Great for walking. Bouncy. You see some joggers here. It's basically a parade of your puppies. And there's a bike lane parallel to that. So people don't run into each other. Oh, here's a in the summer this place is just packed with people looking for some beach in their life. Anyway, Upstate New York Bob, thank you for joining. Christine Wego, thanks for joining. Liam, thanks for joining. John Nicholson, thanks for joining. Look at this house in the distance. It's the last thing I'll show you. When you're building in the beaches and you have a property like this, you build tall and you build window. Nice place for shelter if it rains. That's a little picnic area. Little barbecues everywhere. Place was designed for picnic. These trees were built as a result of donation. Anyway, look at this house. All window. Now this beach is east and west, so you're not going to get direct sunlight. But you're going to get a lot of light. Alright, one last 360 and I will sign off. these massive trees. These are 200-year-old trees. They're planted before Canada was a Canada. All right, take care, everybody. I'm going to end this now. Ciao.